So, stable. That's a word that you're going to hear as a recurring theme in today's market update, because that is exactly how we see the property market right now, certainly up here in the north of England and across our region. And it's quite amazing, really, when you think about everything else that's going on in the wider world, how good the property market is right now. If you think about prices, well, you guessed it, they're pretty stable right now. We've seen, depending on which index you look at, growth of around 2 to 4% so far this year. But actually, when you put that against inflation, which is running at 3.8%, that probably means in real terms that house prices are not really growing at all, and therefore are actually, you guessed it, quite stable. And you might think for estate agents like us, that's not really how we want. We want those crazy boom markets that we saw post-COVID. But actually, as interesting and as fun sometimes as those markets can be, it's not a great place for buyers and sellers. And actually, the stable environment that we're in right now is far, far more suited to the way that people like ourselves want to work. It's a much more considered market for people looking to make their next purchase or indeed think about making their next property move. So what clouds can we see overhead? What's going to change? Well, there is that one dark cloud. It sits just at the end of November when the Chancellor, of course, is going to come forward with her next budget. Will she make some changes to stamp duty? Will she punish those on inheritance tax? Will she look to rob your capital gains? Will she tax even further those landlords that have already seen so much punishment over the last few years? Will there be some wealth taxes introduced? All of these are things that we really, really hope that the government are not going to have too much of a play around with, because we know the impact that they can have on the residential property market. But we wait, as everyone does, with bated breath to see what those changes are. And in the meantime, I think it's even more remarkable that I can then sit here and say that even with that change coming, with that announcement coming, that we're in such a stable environment. Of course, some people are going to sit on their hands, but largely speaking, we're still seeing great appetite out there. And that's really, really encouraging to see, as we have done all the way through 2025 so far, to see how indeed the budget impacts the property market, what we expect to happen as we run up to it. Please stay in touch with us through these updates, hit the like and subscribe buttons. As you know, it really does help us out. Thank you so much for watching today, and look forward to seeing you next time.